Hello, beloved Twin Flames. This is Stephanie Parasha coming out to you from very, very quiet New Zealand, Aotearoa. I am back in my home country, and I just thought I had better connect in with you all and bring through a video so that you know that I'm still alive and well and still on the Twin Flame journey, and just giving you a kind of generalized energetic update and of what I'm feeling in my own life, and also what I'm tuning into with the collective in terms of the Twin Flame journey. So as you know, some of you that have been regular listeners to my channel will know that I often from time to time will talk about my own personal journey. And the reason I do that is because I know that many of you hear a lot of others talking, and it's sort of a lot of theoretical information, but it's often not actually about the personal experience. And I know that it's very valuable for many of you when I actually talk about my own personal experience. And I do that in a way where I give you enough information, but I also still try and protect the privacy and the confidentiality of my twin flame. So one of the things that I had noticed as I was preparing to leave, in fact, it was the day that I was leaving to come back to New Zealand. I was leaving India, and after 4 months there I had spent, and I was still, feeling a little bit uncertain. Is it the right time to leave, and is it the right time to go back to New Zealand, and thinking about my twin and what's going to happen when I get back. And one of the major signs that I have on my journey is the blue butterflies. And so whenever I'm feeling a little unsure, uncertain or confused, it's really amazing when those blue butterflies show up, because they always confirm to me that all is well. And when I left New Zealand, I had a great synchronistic sign from the blue butterflies. And then, so the day that I was leaving India, my daughter and I were preparing to leave the hotel, and we were just pretty much in that last stage where you've got kind of 30 minutes to go. And so we flicked on the TV, and there was a movie playing. It was actually a kids movie. If you want to go and watch it, go right ahead. It's the Spy Kids movie, one of the Spy Kids ones. I can't remember the exact name of. There's probably about 4 or 5 various Spy Kids movies, but it happened to be this particular one. And the grandfather in that movie, who's also a spy grandfather, jumped in, and he had this blue butterfly that was on his hand, and it was his kind of like, I'm not sure what the meaning of that blue butterfly was to him, but I was obviously like, oh my God. I mean, I could have flicked on, there's like 100 different channels that we could have watched on the TV, but of course we happened to watch that one. It was half an hour before I was about to leave, so I just felt such a beautiful, I guess, when you get those kind of synchronistic confirmations and signs, it just gives such a feeling of contentment and safety for me. And I just thought, yep, I know what I'm doing, and I know that my twin is excited for me to be coming back, and we've been in regular communication, and he's planning to actually meet me in the next few days and making a specific journey to see me, and has been in regular contact. So that was really a great confirmation. And then while I was at the airport, several times, in fact, it was becoming a little bit like in my face, like everywhere I looked, I was just getting bombarded with the 144 numbers. They were just everywhere. Like every time I went in, because I went through about 2 or 3 different time zones, and there were various numbers on the gates and all these kind of things that come up when you're traveling, but the amount of times I saw 144 was just becoming kind of ridiculous. So that has been feeling to me, when I tuned into why I was receiving this number just insanely. Like, as we all know, 144 symbolizes the 144,000 light workers. Now, what I was getting around that number in relation to that is, this is really our time to really step up. If you know you are a light worker, and I've been saying this a lot in the past, but this is like, right, time for, I'm not talking about taking this seriously and stepping up into duty in the way that I was in the past, but it's really important that you take your role completely as seriously as you can, because you are so important. You are so important as a light worker. If you're listening to this message, you are one of these numbers. You're 144,000. It sounds like a lot. It also at times sounds like not very many, depending on the way you look at it. But I know that if you are part of this group, it's very, very important for you right now to be in your position and watching your vibration and taking things really seriously in terms of the light work that you're here to do. You are here to shift the vibration of the masses. You are here to, when you come into a room, bring such peace and calm and energy with you that you can actually soothe people and heal them. You should be now finding yourself in various positions, whether it be your day-to-day work or wherever you place yourselves, where your role is to be holding the light and keeping people calm and uplifting the vibration and helping humanity become enlightened and to become aware and to become awake and to become in tune and connected into their emotions and to be healing them and to no longer be carrying within you the energies of fear. You should have already been doing that work for the actively since 2012, working to clear out those energies of fear and understanding how they operate and what it's all about, and understanding what your role really is here on this planet. And for the 144,000, I'll say that a portion of those, from what I understand, are twin flames, but not all of the 144,000 are twin flames. So we are kind of a portion within that group. So it is really important that we recognize ourselves taking on that role and really embracing it. So the other thing that is coming up for another wave of twin flames that are, because there are waves, there are certain waves. So there are a group that have already experienced and gone through the pain of separation and healed that wound and are now shifting out of being so intensely triggered during eclipses and planetary transits where those fears and things are coming up to be healed. There's a group that have done much of that work already and are now stabilized and holding space of love, spaces of love and compassion, acceptance, non-judgment and healing for those that are now currently going through that wave in this current transit of eclipses. So what I've been observing is that there is still a wave of twin flames, and there is no judgment on this in terms of the timelines of when you're doing this. It's not a race. It's just, it has to be, it's a perfect design in terms of the way in which people experience the healing, because if everyone's doing the healing all at once and fear is being purged and healed and released all at the same time, it really affects the electromagnetic fields of the planet. So that's why it's been designed in a way that people do this as a team. It's just like a relay team. You've got each person within that team is important, and nobody's better or worse than the other, and the positioning isn't necessarily mean that this is each person has their role and it's all important to the whole. So another thing that some of you may be noticing is that there has been quite a shift in the energy of the masculine, and that is, we're not talking about men necessarily, we're talking about the shift of masculine energy within the self, and what, as well as in everybody, basically, how that plays out within the female body and within the male body will depend on individuals, but as a collective, what's been happening is the female-bodied, how the masculine energies have been healing within the female bodies is that the females have become a lot more stabilized and strong and feeling less codependent on needing that sort of gap to be filled by the masculine. Their own inner masculine has been healed enough and to allow them to feel more safe within their own body, which then obviously sends out the energy of, confidence, which is a lot more attractive and to a partner when one or the other, whether you're a male or a female, it's very attractive. So then how that plays out in a male body is that this new masculine energy has dropped down from that sort of need to control and have power in the situation and to be seen to be a certain way in order to be accepted by society, allowing that feminine energy to come up within themselves, which is allowing themselves to be more vulnerable and being okay with being vulnerable and feeling safe enough to do that. So again, a lot of this is around safety within the self. So it's feeling more safe. It's been a lot about that, because as we release fear, we feel more safe. So that effect of releasing all that fear within our energy fields has allowed us to come into more balance within those two energies. And so how that's kind of playing out collectively, if we are seeing it, and still some of us will see it in a way of our twin flame being male and female. I don't like to get into that too much, but the majority of twin flames will be male and female. The male or the female may have different, like I said before, holding different energies of masculine and feminine. So it's not always going to be that the male twin flame will be the masculine, okay? And then we also have a large number of same-sex twins, transgender twins. So that we are moving away from needing to define and overlay male-female stereotypes onto the twin flame experience. So it's really important we don't get caught up into that experience. However, there will also be the traditional feminine twin and masculine male twins as well within that. But maybe those twins will have come in with another challenge to overcome, which will be culture, which will be age, which is very, very common, because what we are doing is we're breaking down any of the boxes or categorizing or of how relationships are meant to be. We are creating the new template of relationships. That is our role. I'm just reminding people that's what we're here to do. That is why so many of the twins are going through such huge challenges, because we are also releasing our former 3D programming, our the lower self, which is the part of us that gets caught into the lower emotions of jealousy and needing to hold on and attachment. A lot of twins are working through all of that right now, because that energy will not withstand the energy of a twin flame union. A twin flame union will not take place within the energy of fear. So that's why it's so important that we heal up and clear away our fear, and we're continuing to do that. We're traveling now towards the July 13th new moon, Cancer new moon, which I believe is going to be another kind of doorway, gateway, energy point for twins, where I know myself it's also Friday the 13th. I just noticed that on the calendar, that for myself and my twin, that's probably going to be the day that we're planning to meet. So I've been noticing that as a hotspot day on the calendar as well for twins. So look out for that day. I'm feeling the masculine twins, whether you're male or female, to feeling more confident about coming a little bit closer to the feminine twins. And the feminine twins still holding their own. I feel the feminine twins just holding in the holding sort of place, holding their patience, holding their trust, and not needing that when the male twin comes towards them, that they're going to suddenly go, oh wow, and jump into it and sort of swoon, because the male twin is getting closer and making more indication that they're perhaps keen to take things a little bit more deeply and to have more open conversations, that the feminine twin is going to hold ground and not lose their footing and stay solid and stay grounded, and again working on the other part of the 144s that are important. This is just another interpretation that I'm getting, is that many twins are working on just being able to be grounded with each other, being able to be in each other's presence without pinging off crazy energies and letting their fears become more powerful than the actual, just the grounded, harmonized aspect of being human. So being okay to be in the human body, but spending time together in a peaceful way, in a relaxed way, and working on ways in which you're going to be spending more time together, working on ways that you'll just be maybe working out how to do practical daily life tasks together, and spending more time doing that. I've been talking to another twin lately that I can see the design from a bigger perspective, but from her perspective it felt as though her twin was pulling away. What he was trying to do was pull away from some of the physical contact that had become quite intense between them, and wanting to kind of just spend more time in a more grounded way as friends. Now, she interpreted that as a rejection and thought that, that was terrible, that she wanted to be physically close to her twin, because for her that made her feel secure that her twin loved her. But I was trying to explain to her that even though it looked like he was pulling away, what he was actually trying to do was not complicate the energies between them by getting distracted with physical contact. And that's what he was actually trying to do, was to create more intimacy, but an intimacy that was more grounded and solid, and where they felt could spend more time together without the need for it to be physical, and intimate in a sexual way. So this intimacy rather is becoming more getting to know each other kind of intimacy, having long conversations together, opening up communication lines together, that kind of intimacy. So trying to understand, everybody, that this is all in beautiful and natural design, and it's all perfect. It really is. And it's just a matter of trusting that it is all going to plan. It very much is going to plan. The more you trust, the more the plan will unfold. The more you hold on and freak out and resist and question it and get confused with it, then you're in fear. The confusion is the fear. The confusion is just the mind trying to confuse you. When you're in trust and you've handed over and you've let go, there's no confusion, because there's no need to hold on to anything. There's no need to know what's going to happen next, because you're in trust and because you're in love. And sometimes if you don't know which step to take next, it means you just need to sit for a bit and be still and meditate and just stay calm, and the answers will come. Everything will come to you. Just trust that all those things will come to you when you stay calm. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. It was a little bit random, the information coming through, but I just went with what was coming. So I'm hoping that I'll be able to update you all really soon after I've had my meeting with my twin, but maybe I might do another video within the next week, maybe before that. So just letting you know, those of you that have been sending me emails about connecting in for sessions, I'm back in New Zealand now, and I have good access to much better Wi-Fi, and I'm back on board to be able to book in people in for sessions. So if anyone's needing any extra support or guidance, or just even a chat at this time, please get in touch with me. I'll leave the link below there for you. And I hope to hear from you all soon, and sending you out lots and lots of love and healing and light. Okay, bye for now.